City lose 4 in a row. City have lost 4 games in a row, ladies and gentlemen. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Don Hussam. Welcome back to the channel. This is a party. This is a party mood. We're having fun because we're here to react to this game right here. Brighton 2, Manchester City 1. Big up to every single one of you guys. Make sure you guys are slapping the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel if you're yet to do so. Every single one of you guys right here, right now, please hit the like button and subscribe. And let's just get straight into it. City lose 4 in a row, ladies and gentlemen. City have lost 4 in a row. And I've been telling people, and I got called the jinx pre-game when I said that Manchester City are not leaving the Amex with 3 points. I said Brighton will either draw or win the game. And it's so obvious to see because of the way City are playing football. I know Kevin De Bruyne is now back, which we'll get to it in a while. But the way Manchester City are playing football has been so dreadful, absolutely dreadful and horrendous. No one can convince me otherwise. No one can convince me otherwise. Today, it was a game of 2 halves. And I'll admit, I'm man enough to admit, first half, Manchester City were the much better team than Brighton. Manchester City were playing out of Brighton's press. Manchester City were passing the ball really well. Manchester City were the team that had any form of control on the game. They looked comfortable. They looked relaxed. Brighton didn't do anything except like the last 5 minutes of the first half. And then the second half started. And Brighton manager, I can't pronounce his name, brought on Baleba for Ayari. And then the game changed. That substitution alone allowed Baleba and Brighton to have so much pace, power, control in that midfield, because Baleba is very good on the football as well, that Brighton started to create chance after chance after chance after chance. And let's not act like Brighton has scored 2 goals on the counter-attack and they were lucky to beat Manchester City. Hinchelwood, before he was substituted, the Estupinian cross Hinchelwood header probably should have went either right or left with it, but headed it straight at Ederson. That could have been a Brighton goal right there. The header after that from Rutter as well, sent it wide. Welbeck failed to control it in front of the game. As a matter of fact, when the scoreline was 2-1, Brighton had 2.2 XG and City had 2 XG. So it's not like Brighton were absolutely dominated and they were lucky to win this game. I mean, with all due respect, City had 60% possession, Brighton 40. City had 6 shots on target, Brighton 4. City only had 5 more shots in general and they were just skying them from far away. I don't do stuff for clickbait. I don't do stuff for views. I state my honest opinions. And Manchester City are falling apart in front of our very own eyes, ladies and gentlemen. Manchester City are falling apart right in front of our very own eyes. The only hope they have is Kevin De Bruyne is back, which I'll get to in a second. But today's performance, it's been coming. If you have watched Manchester City this season, put the results to the side. Let's not do results-based analysis. Oh my God, you say this about City and that about City, and they're only 2 points behind Liverpool. Forget the results. Let's talk performances. Analyze performances instead of just analyzing results. Let's be serious here. Talk about the performances. The performances are now matching the results. Because Manchester City were lucky to beat Fulham. And I mentioned this 100 times because it's true. Adama Traore missed 2 one-on-ones. It's not like we're talking about half chances and a half chance here and blah, blah, blah. No. They missed clear-cut goal-scoring opportunities. Jimenez hit the post or the bar in that game and missed a chance as well. Against Brentford, that was the Erling Haaland game where Erling Haaland bullied Pinnock and City won 2-1. But Brentford were the much better team against Manchester City. Southampton. Even Southampton, you only barely beat them 1-0, and even they had chances at the end of the game. So what I'm not going to do is results-based analysis. Manchester City are in second place, so by definition, they're amazing, they're incredible. Hussam, you're doing too much. Hussam, you're just a hater, blah, blah. No, I'm not a hater. I'm not doing too much. I'm doing performance-based analysis. This is the first time in Pep Guardiola's career, he has lost 4 games in a row. First time in Pep Guardiola's career as a manager. He's managed 3 clubs that he's ever lost 4 in a row. First time ever. And you're telling me the performances haven't been rubbish? This is something that has been built up step by step by step by step. They have built up to this level. They have built up to the level where they are now dropping points because the performances when they were winning were never that good to begin with. People were cooking me for saying City are lucky when they beat Fulham. And they were telling me it's just your City agenda, it's just your City hatred, blah, blah, blah. Manchester City were lucky to beat Fulham. They were lucky to beat Brentford. And even they had an element of luck, not a lot, against Southampton where they only won 1-0. And today, 4 games. Lost to Spurs, loss against Sporting Lisbon, loss against Bournemouth and Brighton today in the league. The performances are now matching the results. Well done to Brighton. You have to give props, because sometimes we talk about the big team all the time. You have to give props to the smaller team in this scenario, Brighton and Hove Albion, because in the second half they came out to play. Well done to their manager, who I cannot say his name, to be honest with you. Like, I wish I could say his name, but I can't. Get me Herzeller, I think Herzuler or Zeller, however it's pronounced. Him bringing on Baleba, him making those tactical adjustments by bringing on Joao Pedro, and it made a massive positive impact on Brighton today. Joao Pedro with yet another goal. This guy's been cooking the entirety of this season, to be honest with you. And Matt O'Reilly, actually, who's a former Celtic player, wanted even by my club this summer, wanted by plenty of clubs, comes on, scores the winner. Great moment for the young kid, of course, signing from Celtic. So Brighton in that second half were the much better team. They dominated. They created the dangerous chances. And to be honest with you, they could have scored 3 or 4 goals. Now, Manchester City missed chances in front of goal, and I have to acknowledge that. Gvardiol had a very dangerous header. Foden had a dangerous chance. Haaland was very lucky to not be sent off. Haaland was very lucky to not be sent off, because he grabbed the guy by his shirt and started dragging him on the ground. He could have easily been sent off. And I'm going to give a quick shout out to one of the guys who watches me regularly, man, like Aboud MCI, Manchester City fan, by the way. He's been calling out these performances. Instead of us just sitting here and going like, City are only 2 points behind Liverpool. No, let's talk about actual performances, the way that you've been playing on the pitch, because the performances were absolutely shocking. And now your results are matching it. The one good thing, there's only one good thing that happened for Manchester City. Only one good thing that happened for Manchester City today, and that's the return of Kevin De Bruyne. In the words of my manager, Jurgen Norbert Klopp, last season, he made a statement when Kevin De Bruyne came back. Kevin De Bruyne is back and the whole league is shaking. The only person that has that effect is the Egyptian king, number 11. And those two are a different caliber, of course, alongside Rodri. And Virgil, I'd say, to everyone else in the league. Those 4 players are massive difference makers. Those 4 players always make a difference. Kevin De Bruyne is back. Now, of course, it would be very harsh of me to expect Kevin De Bruyne to come on in his first ever time and make for a long time, like come on, make a difference and score the winner and get the assist and do all this. Of course not. He's gonna have to build up form and get used to playing again and stuff like that. However, Kevin De Bruyne is back, and that's your only positive. One major negative, though, is Phil Foden. Phil Foden's performances lately have not been on it at all. Savio's another one. Matheus Nunes, who's not even a winger, was your best winger on the pitch. Matheus Nunes is not even a winger, was your best winger today. He's not even a winger. He's not even a wing player. He's a midfielder, and he was your best winger. If that doesn't ring alarm bells, I don't know what will. And final point, your captain, the worst player on the pitch today. There was a kid, Simpson. Kyle Walker was even worse than him. Absolutely cooked by Mitoma. Many mistaken passes. Couldn't cross the road. Dreadful player. Kyle Walker now doesn't get into any combined 11 based on his form this season. And Pep needs to find a solution. And we will see if he finds a solution, because your next game is Spurs, who's another bogey team for you. Anyway, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Love you all, man. Peace.